Hey everyone, welcome to this, the first of a series of 6 HTML tutorials. In this first tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to design a basic content layout, and then over the next 6 weeks I'm going to be teaching you how to design a professional website, and at the end we'll have a really nice looking design which you can then use on your own and make more of hopefully, and you'll learn a lot more as we go along. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we've got a folder on the desktop called images, and inside we've got one file. It's called logo.png. It's the image which we're going to use in our website. So we can close that now, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up Dreamweaver. Once it's opened, create a new HTML document. That's what we want to create, and then this page should open up. Make sure you're on the code tab, and in between the two head tags we're going to start writing style type equals text / CSS. Then we're going to do body. And inside this body style CSS sheet, we are going to have margin 0 px. Px stands for pixels. And we are also going to have font family Arial, so that means everything inside the body tag will have font family Arial. And then we're going to do background color. We're going to have a really light grey, almost a white, so EEE. And of course FFF is white, so this is really close. And then we're going to do color. Which is going to be the text colour, 333333, which is a dark grey, almost a black. And then we're going to close that, and we're going to write another line, a new CSS style sheet implementation, so to speak. So div hash container, and inside this we're going to do margin left 25%, and margin right 25%. And then we're going to have a width of 50%. So obviously 50% and two 25s and 150, that adds to 100, so that's 100%, so that's going to fill 100% of the screen. We are now going to add a border to this. We're going to add 1px solid CCC, which is a light grey but not as light as the background, so it's a tiny bit darker, which will add a nice effect. Then we're going to do text align center, so everything inside that's going to be in the center. We can now close the style sheet, so press enter. Actually first we are going to change the container. We're going to change it to div hashtag banner, and I'll explain that in a minute. But now we can close the style sheet, and we can now go into the body, and we're going to type in div id equals, and as you can see it says no style sheet. Press refresh style sheet, and as you see we've now got banner because it's div hashtag banner. So that's the banner, that's what we want. Inside the banner we're going to add our image. So img src equals images / logo, and then we can close the div. We're going to save this now. We're going to save it onto the desktop where the images folder is. We're going to save it as index. You can save it as whatever you want, so home or index or about, whatever. Now that we've got the file on the index, on the desktop, we're going to open it in our internet browser, so in this case Internet Explorer. So you can see we've got 25% padding on either side, and then 50% in the middle with our image. We're going to make this look a bit nicer now. So in the div banner, we are going to add a background colour of white, so to match up with the colour of the image. And we're also going to go and add a margin at the top of 25 pixels. Obviously px stands for pixels and percent is for percentage. The percent sign is percentage. We're going to refresh this, and we've now got a 25 pixel gap, and then the whole of the content background is white, which is the whole of the banner section is white, which is what we want. We're now going to add some more style. So we're going to copy this line of code, right click and copy, or Control C, and we're going to paste it in the line below, and we're going to change this bit to menu. Now all we need to change on this is we need to change the margin at the top to 10 pixels. Now the margin at the top is the margin in between the banner and the menu, so to speak. It will become clear in a minute. So now we're going to add another line of code. We're going to do div id equals menu. And close the div tag. Now inside this we want to add our menu, so all the text of our menu. Obviously feel free to do whatever you want in this section. We're going to just add home, about, links, videos, and a contact page. And we can link any of them we want. We're going to just link one now for the example. ahref equals index.html, close that after the home page, and we're going to go and we're going to save this again, so Control S or File Save, go back to Internet Explorer, press refresh, and we've now got our menu bar and the 10 pixel gap at the top in between the banner and the menu bar is now working. It's there. We are going to add some padding into our menu bar just to make it look a bit nicer. So padding top 10 pixels, padding bottom equals 10 pixels, and we're going to go and we're going to save this again. Oh, not save as, sorry. File, save, and we're going to press refresh, and as you can see we've got padding on our menu bar now at the top and the bottom. If we, and the link is working, that's all fine. We're now going to add our main content, so we're going to copy this line of code, so right click copy or Control C, and then paste it in the line below inside the style sheet. Press paste or Control V, and we're going to change this to container. Obviously it can be contents, container, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure it matches up with the div ID. So now we're going to add our div ID equals container, and we're going to close it, and we are now going to add two more div IDs. So we're going to do div ID left and div ID right, and then we can close both of these. So press /div at the end of each one, and we're going to add our div left and right. So div hash left. We're going to open this up now. Width. Oh, sorry. Not Windows, we're going to change that to width. So the width is going to be 20, width left, what am I doing? Sorry, width, we're going to get rid of left, width 25%. So that's the width inside the container is going to be 25% of that on the left. And we're going to go float left, you must add float left so it knows it's at the left of the section. We're now going to do div hash right, and we're going to do width, I've done Windows again, sorry. Width 75%. It doesn't matter if we've got Windows, it should automatically add up, and that's just a mistake that I've made, but it should hopefully fit. Actually, I'm going to change that now. I'll change it in a minute. We're going to add a margin to the left of 25%, so it knows to shift over the 25%. And don't worry about the windows, it should automatically figure out that the rest, it should add up to 100%. So we're going to add left content and right content here. Sorry. Press File, Save, press Refresh, and we've got our content, our left content and our right content. We can perhaps add a border to it. As you can see, we've got our left content here and our right content here. You'll be able to edit both of them, but because I wrote widows instead of width, because I'm an idiot, I can't change it in the design. But I'm going to edit the div a bit more on the left, so I'm going to add a border. So border right 1px solid CCC, so a light grey. I'm going to press File, Save, press Refresh, and we've now got a tiny bit of a border and the 10 pixel padding at the top and the bottom. So there you go, that's the start. Make sure to save it for next week's tutorial where I'll be continuing with this template. Thanks for watching guys, please don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and of course subscribe. Bye for now.